Go. Hey, John Durham with the Durham Real Estate Team. And so we are here with a market update. This is some really good stuff that we've been compiling and wanted to make sure you got it. Before that, though, let me show you what I'm very passionate about. Check this out. Bam. How about that? You see that? This is Bacarri Rambo, Georgia Bulldog star and in the NFL, and is now signed and autographed me one of his jerseys. So I'm loving that. We get to work with Bacarri all the time. He's a lender now, and he works with Southeast Mortgage. So thank you, Bacarri, for the jersey. Update. Real quick disclaimer before we do this update. This is not a political commentary, okay? Our government is doing some really cool stuff. This is about what they're doing, not about who you vote for, what you vote for, any of that. Not making a commentary on that at all. Just saying that right now it looks like our government is sold out on affordable home ownership in the United States. And so that's great. So here's what they're doing. One of them is way above my pay grade. But in an effort to reduce interest rates, we do believe there's going to be a new Fed chairman coming up probably this month. And we think that's going to get interest rates lowered a little bit. So that's good. But also the government is buying back $200 billion in bonds. Okay, $200 billion in bonds. Again, that's over my pay grade, but that is in an effort to reduce interest rates. Interest rates, if you remember, went down in the high twos, mid twos, right after COVID. While people love those interest rates, that's not healthy for our country. It's not healthy for the real estate market because it just can't stay there. Shot up to about 7, which made everybody not want to buy a house, and we understand that. 7's historically a great interest rate, but if you were at 2.5, 7 doesn't feel very good. We are now down right around the 6% interest rate. 5 and 6 is really perfect. Man, that is perfect for sustaining long-term growth in the real estate market. So we're at 6, probably going to get it down into the 5s, and I think you can even get into the 5s right now, but hopefully we're going to get it where it's consistently in the 5s. So that's good news. So buying back these bonds is going to help that. Another thing that they're doing, and this is huge, is they're attempting to block the big, what they would call institutional buyers from buying single family homes. Okay. I heard a statement coming from our government that said companies don't live in homes, people do. So what has happened over the past several years, probably 10 years, is these institutional buyers have come in and started buying up what they really like are the cheaper homes, which would be the first-time home buyers. Okay, so it made it very difficult for a first-time home buyer in this country to buy a home because these companies would pay more than what a home buyer would pay for them. They take them and rent them for a season, and then after some time they sell them off, or sometimes they hold them for a long term. That's really hurt that. And so what our government has said is we're getting single family homes off of Wall Street is what we're going to attempt to do. So like I said, that, it sounds like maybe that's less sales because they're not buying them all. Probably won't be less sales, but at least the people buying homes will be homeowners, right? That'll take better care of the homes. It's better for the neighborhoods. But also, like I said, we've got a whole subsection of our market in the first-time home buyers that really have struggled to buy a home lately, and they need to be able to. Okay, so, and then the third thing, last thing, I'm sorry for the long video, getting interest rates down, putting a cap on credit card interest rates is what I've heard they're also going to do. This is all trying to make home ownership affordable. Okay, so right after COVID, when we kind of call it the home rush, like a gold rush, but the home rush, prices shot up about 14%, and it was consistently going up like that, and that's way too much. If the prices continue to go up, if you're a homeowner, that's great. You're making great equity in your home, but it'll basically make it to where nobody can afford a house anymore. So a good 4% increase every year is fantastic. So they're trying to make this to where we're at a modest increase every year, but also bringing down things like credit cards, bringing the home interest rates down so that people can afford houses again. Okay, that's been a big deal. So all of this stuff means great stuff for our economy, but even more so for the real estate market. If the government gets this done, the first-time homeowners come back, the interest rates are better, so all the people that have been sitting on the fence that may need to move or want to move, but they just hadn't because they have a 2.8% interest rate and they just don't want to trade that in for a 7, we're getting closer to where those people would come off the fence and move on to their next home, whether it be their dream home or upsizing or downsizing, whatever they want to do. And again, get the first-time home buyers back to where they can afford a home. That's critically important. So anyway, I hope this has been good information. If you'd like to know more, if you ever need to know anything about the real estate market, we'd love to hear from you. And again, finally, most important, go dogs.